TS classes. In this video, we will study about the type, pole and zeros of a control system. So let's start our class. First, we will study what is type of a control system. Type means the number of pole at origin of a control system is known as a type of system. Before going to type, we have to study what is a pole. So first we will study what is pole and zero of a transfer function. So we have studied in a transfer function there is two parts. One is the numerator, one is denominator. So let's take an example. The transfer function g of s into h of s is equal to constant k into s minus z1 into s minus z2, similarly so on, divided by s to the power n into s minus p1 into s minus p2 and so on. This is a transfer function. G of s into h of s is given. K is the constant parts. In the upper side some numerator and lower side some denominator is there. Here s power n is given. K is the constant part and s power n is a s part. So here the value of n which is the power of s denotes the type of control system. If the power of s is equal to 0, s power 0 is given, that means if n is equal to 0, then it is 0 time. If n is equal to 1, s power 1 is there, then it is type 1 control system. If n is equal to 2, then s square is here, so it is type 2 control system. Similarly, type 3, type 4, type 5 will be given here. That means here the value of s is equal to 0. If I equate this lower part is equal to 0, then the s power will be 0. So the value of s is equal to 0 at origin. Here s is equal to 0, that means s is equal to neither negative nor positive, s is equal to 0. So s is equal to 0, which is at origin. How many times it is repeated? It is known as the type of the control system. Next we will go for the pole and zeros. First, zeros of control system. It means if the numerator part we have given k into all these things. That is k into s minus z1 into s minus z2. If I equal to 0, then I can find that either s minus z1 is equal to 0, so s is equal to z1, or s is equal to z2, or s is equal to, similarly whatever the answer may be, the value of z by equating the numerator part is equal to 0 is known as the zeros of control system. Similarly, poles of control system. Poles of control system is by equating the lower part, that by equating the denominator part, that is equal to s power n into s minus p1 into s minus p2 and so on. If I equate all these things equal to 0, then the value of s will be either 0 or s is equal to p1, s is equal to p2. All these values are the poles of the control system. These are the poles of control system. That means if you equate the upper part of a transfer function is equal to 0, then it is the zeros of control system. These are the zeros of control system. If I equate the lower part of the control system to 0, then the value of the s will be the poles of control system. 0 and pole of control system. And here one point is that the value of s is equal to 0 at the point is known as the type of control. How many times the value of s is equal to 0 repeated, it is the type of control system. Let us take an example. Suppose an example 20 whole into s minus 1 into s minus 2 into s minus 3 divided by s power 2 s square into s minus 4 into s minus 5. So this is a transfer function model. Here k value constant is 20. By here we have to find what is the value of pole, what is 0 and what is the type of control system. Here we have seen that s square is here. So s square is here. So 2 is the type. So it is type 2 control system. Okay, first type is over. Next, what is pole and 0? First 0, then s minus 1, s minus 2, s minus 3. If I equate the upper part to 0, that means 20 into s minus 1 into s minus 2 into s minus 3 is equal to 0. So the value of S will be either it is 1 or 2 or 3. That means S is equal to 1, 2 or 3 are the zeros of control system. These are the zeros of control system. Zeros of control system. Similarly, by equating the lower pair, that is S square into S minus 4 into S minus 5 is equal to 0. That implies the value of S will be either 0 or 4 or 5. These three are the poles of the control system. These are the poles of control system. In today's class, we have studied about the type of control system, poles of control system and zeros of control system. Thank you.